Hi everyone, I'm here today to talk about home visits. My name is Aaron Helenihi and I'm the Student Engagement Specialist here at Evergreen Public Schools District Office. And I serve all students K through 12 in hoping to help them complete their diploma or GED, or if they're younger, trying to get them re-engaged in school because this is the most important thing they can do for themselves.
All right, Aaron. Um, this video is for transition coaches here in the Evergreen School District. How can they best prepare for a home visit?
All right. Hi, transition coaches. I appreciate all the work that you guys are doing. I know you guys are doing a lot. And I am so happy to support even with home visits. When it comes to home visits, we want to make sure we know the student, the address, everything is valid so that we don't end up knocking on someone's door that is the wrong door. And what I do is I often will print the profile out of Skyward. I'll click the family tab so that I have the student's information, date of birth, that kind of thing. But then I also have mom and dad or guardian, whoever's listed. You'll want to make sure that whatever the email address is and the phone numbers, that when you do the home visit, that you verify that they are still valid, because oftentimes that's what caused to have to do the home visit, is that the email no longer is deliverable, or the voicemail or the phone is not available anymore. Also, if you're doing multiple home visits, make sure to drop all the addresses into maps, and because if this is your school, you don't want to be going back and forth and everywhere. You'll lose a lot of time and gas and distance. So you'll want to, if you're going to multiple, you'll want to route them so that you're covering around the school. If you're just doing one home visit, you'll want to make sure that there are two people. One person is the observer, the other person is the facilitator. The facilitator is the one that's keeping the communication going, trying to assess barriers and establish relationship. The observer is taking notes, doing documentation, but also the observing piece is keeping the safety aspect, so that you're watching out for both of you while your partner is engaged in conversation with student or family.
That's great. So we're naturally moving into the during the home visit. What are some golden questions that you can think of that you always make sure that you ask during the home visits?
Okay. With student and family, I can tell you the one thing I will always ask is, what are your goals? And sometimes I will ask parents first just to see if they are in alignment with what students' goals are. Most times, yes, but there's been times when it's been completely opposite. And that in itself offers an opportunity of, okay, we have a barrier of communication within the family that needs to be reestablished so that mom or dad and student are on the same page, working toward the same goal. And then, of course, asking the student what their goals are. A lot of times they may not know, and they may say, oh, I don't know what I want to be. It may not necessarily be what they want to be. It's just, where do you see yourself in the next 5 or 10 years? And sometimes they'll still say, I don't know. And then I'll ask, okay, what are your strengths? What do you find yourself gravitating toward? If you're just bored, or if you're just playing around with things, what kind of toys or what kind of things do you find yourself involved in? Because that might just not be their natural strengths. That might be to point it out to them and say, hey, sounds like you really like this. Let's move you into this area of education so that you can pursue a dream in that particular field.
Excellent. Um, so, if you during the home visit find out that they have issues with transportation, what are some resources that you can connect them to in the community? And how do transition coaches go about accessing those?
Okay. You will learn the resources as you go through the process, and you get different needs that are asked, and trying to meet those needs. But if you go into if you open a new browser in Chromebook, and on the left where you have the Evergreen bookmarks, and you click on that, if you go down about midway, it says EPS Student Services. It's a blue bar. If you click on it, it'll take you to a site where when you scroll down, you'll see attendance, counseling. click on attendance. It'll take you to a page that says all things attendance. Within there, we do have many of the resources that are there. We've been trying to collect as many resources as possible from ESD 112, from our FCRC McKinney-Vento group, and then also from individual schools that may have resources that aren't available at all schools. For example, we are the only school district in all of Clark County in Southwest Washington that has the GRADS program, which is for teen parents, and they're located at Evergreen High School, and they provide everything: transportation, car seat in the bus, so that when mom and student come on, or baby come on, they can put baby in car seat. Bus will take them to childcare. We can even help them with Washington subsidy to help with the childcare piece, because that's expensive. That's just one example of where there's a resource at that school that maybe others may not be aware of. But we know we have kids that are teen parents district wide. And so getting to learn these resources, you'll start to know as you do more home visits and as you interact with students and just it's not necessarily just doing home visits, it's just trying to find those resources. But if you go to that website, we have a section that has many resources that are available. And if you don't find the resource you need there, by all means, please contact us, and we'd be happy to try and work with you to try and find that support.
And when you say us, do you mean you would like them to email you or call you?
Email, call, text. I have a work cell phone. You can call me. And when I say us, I mean student services. So myself, Alicia Flynn, who is our student attendance specialist, and Jason Castro, who is our assistant director over attendance as well.
Excellent. Now, if we're looking at the home visit, what are some things that they should do after the visit? What's some good follow-up?
After the visit, you'll always want to, when I print the profile, oftentimes I'm taking notes right at the bottom of the profile. But then you'll want to document it if you're keeping a spreadsheet or journal or wherever to keep document of your caseload. You'll want to document that, but also send a follow-up email. Try to do it day of, or if it's later in the evening, maybe by next morning, just to reconnect. And you're building a partnership with the family. And part of that, with that follow-up email, is to say, hey, it was great, like I'll often say, it was great meeting with you today. Here's some things that we discussed. And then I'll just lay out, depends. Here's the link if you're looking for the link for transfer form or boundary exception. It all depends. But establishing that email, you had to do the home visit because there wasn't any communication that was happening. So sending that follow-up email is now just reconnecting back with the family, telling them, hey, this is what we talked about, just making sure we're on the same page. But hopefully now it's reestablishing the communication piece so that you're not having to do the home visit anymore. And now you can work through email or by phone to continue working the student through their process of removing the barriers to make them successful.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for your time today, Aaron. You're a wealth of knowledge, and we'll be talking to you.
You're very welcome. Thank you all. Thank you for all the hard work you do. Have a great day.
You too. Bye.